Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, which most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people will not feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we shine our own light, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fears, our presence automatically liberates others. Marianne Williamson. Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Kelly. Welcome to Be in the Change. I started this YouTube channel / Facebook, Instagram, Twitter when I was 2019. So I'm starting on my 5th year as my New Year's resolution. So I stated out loud, I was breaking up with fear, I was breaking up with shame, and I was breaking up with guilt, followed by a weekly video for an entire year. And this is the start of year 5, and I did not miss a week, which is a miracle. I've been given the gift of consistency. And I heard the Marianne Williamson, Our Deepest Fear, at a Christmas party. It was, I'm going to say, I'm so bad with times and remembering, but it was 2 Christmases. So I think it took me like a little over a year after I heard that to decide and process what it meant for me. And I was walking with my son Angelo one day saying, I think God is calling me to speak out loud. And I said, and my worst fear is having haters. And he said, Mom, you're not even good. You got to be good to have haters, and you're not going to have any. And that actually motivated me to get started. And I was like, oh my God, I want haters. Like, I considered getting haters as a compliment, and not that I wanted people to hate me, because that is not the purpose of me doing this. The purpose of me doing this is for me to like and love myself. And as that process is happening for me, I hope that it happens for all of you too. And you guys, I have a lot of haters, and I didn't know that. Last week, I commented on, there was something about Meghan Markle and Harry, and I commented, and it was pure love what I commented. And so many people responded asking me, do I live in a parallel universe? Which I had to look that up. And I was like, yes, I do. I was like so happy, like, yes, I have haters. And I wasn't happy that people hate me, but I was happy that I feel like not everybody's going to like and love me. And I'm okay with that now, which is huge. And I used to not like and love me. And I was brought up in a family where I felt like everybody hated me there too. And I've healed a lot of that. And because I've healed a lot of that, I now realize nobody can hate me more than I felt like my family did. So that was part of my healing. And I didn't know it at the time. But in 2022, it was, or 2020 was to be kinder and more compassionate to myself and others, which I'm still working on. 2021 was to break up with processed sugar. And you guys, tomorrow, January 6th, I'm going to have 8 months of abstinence from sugar, flour, wheat, and caffeine, which has been, food was my first love and addiction. And it has been the last one that I've been able to address. And it is not easy. And I realize a lot of people cannot do what I'm doing right now. And I get it. I wouldn't be doing it either if it wasn't affecting my health as bad as it was. I would still be eating all of the stuff that I thought I loved, and I did love it, but it just didn't love me back. And 2022 was to be kinder no, 2022 was to attach an income to what it is that I do. And that hasn't happened yet. The money hasn't shown up yet, but I'm going to keep on going because I know that it's going to. Part of it, me doing these videos every week, is kind of like my online resume. So putting myself out there is part of that, showing you my true authentic self. And everything takes way longer than I think it should. Whenever I decide to do something, I think I should get the rewards and the benefits immediately. And the old Michelle would quit as soon as one thing happened that wasn't right and think, oh, I'm not meant to do this, or this is taking too long, screw it, I'm not meant to do this. Instead of, yes, I am meant to do this, and it's not going to be as easy as I thought, and it's going to take a lot longer, but I'm still okay with that because I got started. And then for 2023, I said resolution, but part of being kinder and more compassionate, I think, is intention. And I love the word intention. And I said to all of you last week, my intention is to weigh myself every other day because I'm a compulsive weigher. And I guess part of it is I've lost some weight from doing this abstinent thing. And I think my fear is like, it's not going to work, or it's going to come back, or I don't know what it is. But black and white, I always thought in black and white, either this way or that way. And so I said, I'm going to weigh myself, and then I'm going to not. And that's still like black and white thinking. And I went to this lady years ago for this nutrition response testing because I was trying to get healing through the medical doctors and it wasn't working. I was still in a lot of pain. So I went to this nutrition response testing, and I was putting 6 Splendas in my coffee. And that was my cutting back, by the way. I have a serious sugar addiction, and it can't be sweet enough as far as I was concerned. And when I went to this woman, she said to me, can you try 5? And I was like, I can try 5. So I thought weighing myself every other day is good, and I've done that. And I don't want to say good or bad, black or white, all or nothing, right or wrong, because I'm trying not to think that way, but my thinking has always been that way, and the always and the never, instead of I'm doing every other day, but what I'm going to start doing is counting how many times I do it and try and do it less. Like the can you try 5 thing. So that seems more obtainable, more manageable, and not putting unrealistic expectations on myself is really what I'm trying not to do anymore, because I set myself up for failure over and over again. And then I'll give you an example. I remember like setting my alarm, and then it would go off, and I would, hit the snooze button, and I would wake up after, and then my body would hurt. And then I would feel like, Jesus, maybe if I got up the first time, my body wouldn't hurt. So I woke up out of bed feeling like a failure before I even started my day, which I'm trying not to do. The fact that I get out of bed and I am breathing means I am not a failure, and neither are you. And I heard Kathy Lee Gifford say one day, if you have a pulse, you have a purpose. And I totally believe that. And I know for me, for today, my purpose is to not harm or hurt myself in any way. And I was telling you guys, well, first of all, I love line dancing. That's my favorite thing to do. And I normally am able to go 3 times a week. And this week, I only could go once because I don't feel good and I cannot force myself to go. And that's when you know it's really bad, because I'm used to sucking it up, forcing myself. I take pain medicine to go. That is my joy and that is my happiness. And when I can't do that, it's bad. And I've been talking about having depression and not feeling well. And I'm having my 4th neck surgery next week. And the doctor, I found the right doctor. And you guys, how do you know when you found the right person? for me, I know when I found the right person, when I can ask as many questions as I need to. They don't guilt me. They don't shame me. They don't make me feel bad for calling. They're not dying to get off the phone with me. And I don't feel like I am bothering them. And what I've learned for myself, when I call somebody and feel like they don't want to talk to me, or I'm wasting their time, or they're in a hurry, or I should stop asking, I've realized these are not the right people for me. And then I need to move on and find other people, which is very hard to do, especially when you don't feel good. And I was a hair colorist for a very long time, and very picky people find a hair colorist as opposed to going to a person who, I don't want to say is just a hairdresser, but somebody who does everything. So really picky people found me, and that never bothered me because I'm really picky. And I remember getting phone calls because I corrected a lot of people who had things not go right with other stylists, and then they would come to me and I would fix whatever happened. And I didn't know that I was really good at correcting, and that I could interpret what people wanted by what they didn't want. And I could, I had to learn how to translate, and I learned that. And sometimes if somebody called and she's like, I've been to 7 other people and nobody could do it, I would think, well, lady, guess what? I'm not going to be the 8th. If you weren't happy with 7 other people, you're not going to be happy with me. And now what I realized is they were people who could ask for what they wanted and for what they needed. And when they didn't get it, they moved on. And I wasn't able to do that before, but I can do that now. So now I look like the picky person, but I'm now okay with that. I want to be around people who are glad that I showed up, instead of feeling like I'm bothering you, or I'm doing something wrong, or that I'm inconveniencing your life. And those are the people that I need to be around. And I think they're the people that we all need to be around. So I am having my surgery next Thursday. So I might do my video on Wednesday because I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it on Thursday. So I wanted to say thank you to everyone for watching and subscribing and sending me love and prayers. And I wish everyone a happy, healthy, and safe new year. And I will see you all next week. Thank you.